Have you ever had a birthday? Well, of course you have. You're alive, aren't you? But have you ever had a birthday party? It's a different question. And an even more complex question would be, have you ever decorated for parties or events? See, decorating for parties or even the rooms in your home can add up in cost when you're buying from someone else, because the decorator's time, their original designs, and even their availability drives up that cost. So today I'm going to show you how to make large paper flowers to cut down on the cost of your decorations. And it all starts with a paper flower template. Now, to make this paper flower template, you're going to need a little bit of additional skills, such as being a graphic designer or even good at drawing and working with programs such as Illustrator or Inkscape. But the actual assembling of the paper flowers, the finished product, requires no additional skills. And there are individuals who sell paper flower templates, and they're usually inexpensive. I know that I've personally sold paper flower templates, and they were all priced $10 and under. And the only additional skills, or the only skills at all you would need, is to be able to listen and follow directions. I've taught this to children. They've actually made paper flower roses, which is a little bit more complex than the paper flower template we're going to make today. And they were able to make at least a dozen or more roses and gave them out to residents at a nursing home for Mother's Day. It was the sweetest thing ever. So we have our template, and the other things we'll need is a hot glue gun, some scissors, and a dowel-like tool. Well, this is the dowel. This is actually a hot glue stick, and you can use this to roll back the petals of the paper flower. Now, this particular template is a two-layer template. So the first layer is larger than the second layer. So we're going to grab all of the first layer, and we're going to take our scissors, and I'm going to do a little slit in the middle, and I'm going to go about halfway up. Oh, I can show you this way. So there, I went about halfway, and I'm going to do that to the second layer as well. We're going to grab all the petals of the second layer, and I'm going to make a slit about halfway. And then I'm going to take, again, all of the first layer, and I'm going to take my little tool, and I'm going to roll back the petals just a little bit. I like to hold it in place just to make sure that it forms a shape. And if you have thick paper, you may want to separate them. And this paper, by the way, is cardstock paper. So we're just going to do that to the second layer, and there we have it. And then I'm going to take the petals individually, and I'm going to take my hot glue, and I'm going to place some glue on one side of the little cut, and then I'm going to overlap the other to create some dimension. And it doesn't take much glue, so I'm going to do that to all the petals. I'm going to do this in real time so you can see just how easy and fast it is. Now, you can take your time going through these. I'm not necessarily a pro, but I've done this a couple of times, so I'm going a little faster. So now we're going to take our second layer and do exactly what we did for the first layer. So just a little bit on one side of the cut, and then overlap it. Now the first layer, there are 5 petals in that first layer, and then the second layer is only 4 petals. And there we have it. And sometimes you get these little stringy things from the hot glue, and that's fine, you just remove them. So our template also comes with a base, this little pentagon shape, and this is called our base. So we take the first layer, which is the bigger petal, and we put some glue. Well, we can put some glue on the base. So let's put some glue on the base. So we're going to put some glue on one side of the base, and we're going to take our first petal and just place it like that. And then now we're going to go around with the rest of the petals on the other side of this pentagon. So I'm just going to put some on the back, on the very edge of this, and start placing the petals. And this goes by pretty fast. And look, it's already looking like a beautiful flower. So now we're going to add the second layer. And the second layer, you do the same. You just kind of place it like right here, and you just go around. So I'm going to show you. So I placed it like so, and I'm just going to keep going around. And then now I'm down to my last one. And here we have it, a paper flower. Now to complete this paper flower, we're gonna need a center. So I have here a little gold center, and I'm just gonna place some hot glue in the middle of it. And I place it in the middle of my flower, and there we have it, a paper flower. And now you can use whatever colors you want. You can mix and match the colors. Now when you take this and times it by 10, you get yourself a paper flower backdrop. And once again, paper flowers have many uses. They definitely cut down on the cost of decoration, and they can be used in your living room. They can be used for parties, events, and even nurseries. So I hope you learned something today, and you will go out and make yourself a paper flower.